Uncle Jonathan's Country English book to read today. Magic Reader Special Talent. And one more time story. Magic Reader in front of the whole school. Are you ready to read? Here we go. Magic Reader Special Talent. Characters. Tom has lots of friends. Georgina friends are also spare time drawing. Scott loves swimming. Ellie is always dancing around. Adam wants to be a famous rock star. Chapter 1. Tom's problem. Tap, tap. Once Tom pen into the blank paper, he sat on the basket and then stirred it into the space. His class project was due tomorrow. And he didn't even started. Everyone in Tom's class to write about their one special talent. Tom has a problem. He didn't know what to write. Tom's friends had already done their projects, each another special talent. But what was this? Either a week, the Tom had been helping the friends at a project. Georgina came over to help. I enjoyed Tom's amazing milkshakes. I don't know how to write about, Georgina told Tom. You write about drawing, said Tom. Georgina drew wonderful pictures. Tom loved to draw too, but his drawings are not good as Georgina's. Georgina was pleased. Thanks, she said. You all will let me out. Georgina went to start the project and Tom washes a milkshake glasses. Chapter 2. Talent Friends. Tap, tap. When the pen blanked the paper, Tom sighed. He thought about his time he made a Scott the Library Club of days ago. Tom looked at the Scott. Seems worried. What's the matter? asked Tom. It's my project, Scott told him. I have no idea what to write about. That's easy, Tom said. You can write about swimming. Scott was a very good swimmer. He had been talking less and Sizey was a little. Tom was a good swimmer too, but Scott always swimming races. Thanks, Tom, Scott said smiling. Scott hurried to take a word and the project. Tom hurried to home and read his library book. Tom still on couldn't future out of a special talent was. He thought about his friend Sally. Last week, Tom was to school with her. Ellie tap dancing along beside him. Suddenly, Ellie stopped tap dancing. I hate my project, she said. I'm having nothing to write about. You're a dancer, Ellie, said Tom. You want the same say a second of your dancing contest. You have to write about that. Ellie laughed into the air. Of course, you're right, Tom. Thanks a lot. Ellie danced rest and way. Tom kept working. Tom still couldn't decide of the special talent. Then he thought about his friends Adam yesterday. The Tom and Adam at the musical process together. Adam played in guitar and piano. Adam wanted to become a famous rock star. Tom enjoyed a piano lesson, but he wasn't very good yet. Tom said, Adam, I need your help in my project. But Adam, said Tom, you're such a good musician. You can write about music. Why didn't I think of that? said Adam. Thanks, Tom. I'd be very good in that research. Tom started projected on the piano. Chapter 3. Project Day. Tap, tap. Once the pen on the blank paper, Tom still could have featured a special talent. Finally, he had an idea. The next day, everyone showed their projects. Georgina was about the drawing. She bragged about her own pictures to draw the classes. Second project was about swimming. He held the thumb to his swimming outdoors. Ellie project about dancing. She showed the red screen to the ribbon and one about junior dancing contest. Adam project about music. And then they played tune into the guitar. Then it was Tom's turn. He stood up, he took a long recital on my special talent, he reads. I started to think I have not have one. I thought about the things I to do, he said. I love to read and swim and drawing and playing on music, and I have fun trying new things. Sometimes I do them well, sometimes I don't like well. I tried to ballet with Ali. I just couldn't spin. Everyone laughed. Chapter 4. Tom's Talent. Tom started to read a last page. But I do have a special talent to read. My special talent is that I'm good at helping my friends. Tom looked up, then he read on. All things for the shore, he said. All the things I had are much more fun because I do them with all my friends. The whole class clapped. Georgina, Scott, Alice, and Adam clapped louder than everyone else. Tom felt very special. Tom's friends gathered around to pat them on their back. You forgot something, Tom, said Georgina. You make the best milkshakes, said Georgina. Adam and Ali nodded. Thanks, said Tom. The end. And then one more time, matching reader story in front of the wall school. Characters. Bet is shy, but he's never felt shy around the birds. Beckery speaks very well in parrot. He has a very tough lead in Brett's come home. Chapter 1. What will I do? During Birds Week, everyone at school did a project about birds. Brett loved birds. And a bird seemed to love Brett. Absolutely, he passed Parrot. Parrot it was when Brett the bird week alone. He rushed home to tell Parakeet. I won in a round, said Brett. Parakeet hobbled it all down. I won in a row, replied Parakeet. Parakeet and Brett smiled like clever Parakeet. Suddenly, Brett's face turned red. Oh no, said Brett, arose and handed about out front of the old school. The whole school, said Parakeet. Everyone will be looking at me, said Brett. What should I do, Parakeet? What should I do? Replied Parakeet. Chapter 2. Brett's plane. Brett thought about the road. He thought about the standing up front of the old school. He thought about his face turning red. He thought about his tripping after falling over. He acted about and everyone laughing at him. And then he thought of the pen. Brett had another project of the ships. He could make a mess of it. Then he looked out at his teacher. His work is so bad, he was to say. I don't think I deserve my bird wig around. You're right, Brett, teacher would say. You don't disturb a world. There, Brett didn't have to stand up on the front of the wall school. His face wouldn't return red, but he wouldn't trip. He was in gray pan. But working a project about ships, he couldn't read of that rules of that should be smooth. It grew that everyone is wrong the place. He struggled all over it. Chapter 3. A messy project. At school the next morning, Red looked at the project. It was a worst what he had never done. For a fact, he said. Brett told the teacher. He get closer, Brett's face turned red, and he heard it a bit faster. Finally, he arrived at his teacher's desk. He froze like with a messy bread. Brett's teacher sounded surprised. Are you sure it's ready? Brett opened the mouth and speak, but it just couldn't come out. He couldn't believe a teacher is taking his project. Brett sat desk feeling possible. His must be had no workers. He still had a strange to get in the old words. Chapter 4. A canary called Coco. The birds had beat a rose to his handed off the out of school from the next day, and he had a minute to set up the front now. Brad started to be a girl. He had a contract the cage after lab, and then he wasn't go Coco. He said the girl, but he wasn't trying to was speak. And then they talk about the country instead. Hello, Coco, said the girl. One by one, a possible was the world with all golf winners of the old rage. Brad wanted for a long time to hear his name. He hoped the principal would have forgotten him. She didn't. Brad project about Parakeet, said principal. Everyone clapped. Brad stood up. He heard Brad faster. His face turned red and knees wobbled. Please give follow, Brad, said principal. It's such a long way to strange. John tripped by Brad. He stood up, and Brad was thinking about so much. He didn't knuckle about Jack or Sleeper. Fluff and Titty walked in the door in Coco's cage. Chapter 5. Brad take a courage. Brad was trying to so hard no trip. He didn't knuckle Coco fly out. Brad was being so careful not to fall. He didn't see Coco fly by. At last, Brad stood up in front of the principal. He held out his hand for the world. Nothing happened. And the principal was too busy knuckling at a Brad. She turned it off and tried to call. And he wasn't children jumping the diamond everywhere. She couldn't everything catch Coco. But he bird fluffing out of the cage. Then Brad to tell the Coco he frightened. Brad forgot to say shy. Brad quiet. He said he looked at him. Sit down, he said, everyone dead. Brad held out his hand. Coco flew over and landed on it. Brad gently carried onto the carriage, and then children began clapping. Shh, said Brad. She frightened. And then everyone's silent. Brad put Coco into the cage. You can clap now, said Brad. Everyone did. You can clap while Brad runs into a cage. He had a clap at his handed onto the orange, and they clapped into the working back on the sets. Brad smiled. He couldn't wait for tell Frankie. The end of this magic reader story. And did you have fun? You are English Country Comic about a book and yours goodbye and a book to the goodbye to. Magic reader story goodbye in front of the whole school goodbye to. And this lots of Parakeet goodbye and Coco goodbye to. And Brad goodbye and Brad's lots of the goodbye to. And then this project time goodbye to. And one more time story. Magic reader story goodbye. Special talent goodbye to, and Tom and Ellie and Adam and Apple, and then lots of Tom's children goodbye to, and then special talent day goodbye to, and today 2 book goodbye to, and your bear goodbye to, and see you next time. See you tomorrow. Bye bye, friends.